Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. So, happy Sunday to you guys, providing it's a Sunday where you are. And yes, we know what's going on across the globe, right? Unpleasant news of, bombing and possible the start of WW3. None of us wants that. Absolutely none of us wants that. So what we're going to do, we're going to come together as a collective and pray against WW3. Do you notice how I don't even want to say the word? Yes, I don't want to say the word. No, in this video, we're going to talk about Halle Bailey. If I sound a bit weird, I have a sinus infection, okay? And I took some sinus meds. Do you know how, I don't know if you guys have this in America, but in Jamaica, there's a rule, with the medications here. What we have discovered is that the ones that says non-drowsy, they actually make you drowsy. And the one that says drowsy actually does not make you drowsy. And I don't know how it is I forgot that rule. I bought the non-drowsy, which made me so drowsy. I was asleep and someone came knocking at my door. And I hate when I'm feeling sick and someone knocks on the door, it's just irritating and it triggers a migraine. But thank God the sinus medication is that strong. It didn't trigger a migraine this time, so thank God for that. But if I sound a little bit weird, nasally, or if you see me doing this consistently, I'm not on drugs, but I am. Pharmaceuticals, of course, so bear with me, okay? Now, as I said, we're going to talk about Halle in this video because, honey, she looked stunning at the 57th NAACP award. Now, before we get into her stunning look and everything, right? You would think that after all this time, DDG's troll would leave Halle alone? Absolutely not, right? So, the host of the award, I forget his name, my apologies. He made a joke about Nicki Minaj. He was throwing jabs at Nicki for supporting Trump, saying that Nicki's ass is getting to her head because it's so big. Nicki's ass is so big, so it must be getting to her head because why she's supporting Trump. That wasn't his words verbatim. I'm just paraphrasing, right? And Halle was seen with, she had the expression as she wasn't laughing, but she was like, you could tell that she was saying to herself, do we really have to go there talking about a woman's body? She wasn't laughing, but has somebody ever said something to you that is uncomfortable to you, but you don't want to embarrass them, but you kind of laugh, or you may give a little weird smile? That is what Halle was seen doing. If I can find the clip, I'm going to insert the clip for you guys. When Halle is smiling about something, she's smiling. And when she's laughing, she's laughing. Halle is not the one to laugh at people, especially people in the professional spaces. If it's a good comedic joke, she'll laugh, but she never laughs at taking jabs at people, no matter who. She's never down for that, right? So you could see her had it looked like she was smiling, but she wasn't smiling, right? You could tell that she was very uncomfortable with the joke, right? But you had DDG's troll gang saying that DDG's toxic baby mama was laughing at the joke about Nicki Minaj. Could also be some of the premature barbs. Yes, there are premature barbs out there, like my daughter. My daughter is a premature barb. That's what I call them. The ones that are very young and they love Nicki unconditionally, and they will tell you everything about Nicki as though they gave birth to Nicki. They'll tell you about Nicki's entire life story, and they will defend Nicki no matter what. Yes, I call them premature barbs. My daughter is one of them. Yes, she is. Yes, my daughter is one of those premature barbs. I kid you not. I kid you not. So it could have been one of the premature barbs who did that and put it out there, but it wasn't as it was being depicted, I promise you. But moving on, Halle looked stunning. She looked amazing, and she made it to the blog site, and she was the first in the carousel of pictures on all black sites. Halle gives that good old days of Hollywood, when Hollywood used to be, or at least when we think Hollywood was good. Halle gives that. She gives classic. She gives classy woman. She gives authentic to black culture. And she's just all that and a lot more. And what I love is that I said to you guys, I love when you guys doubt what I say so I can come back and tell you guys that I was right. No. A lot of you guys were with me on this one, however, but the DDG fans, they were like, DDG still gonna be on red carpet. And I said, what red carpet, honey? What red carpet is he gonna be on without Halle? And here we are today. DDG, when was his last red carpet event? Streamers Award. And many people didn't even know that there was a thing that is called Streamers Award. Can you imagine? And I said, Halle was his nitro to get him the numbers and to help him in his streaming world. You know, even though he has put in a lot of hard work for himself, not gonna take that away from him. But I said without Halle's red carpet appearance, without him being Halle's plus one at these red carpet appearance, who's gonna talk about DDG in the media again? Nobody. Halle alone, honey. Halle alone. And I think that is why his fan base are so mad. They thought that it was over and done for her. Let me tell you, that song that Michelle Williams did, it is so true. It is so real. It's a consistent testimony. When Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. Nobody, because they're not in control. No matter how much they think they're in control, God is always in control, honey. So Halle was she has been at all the, top events, Winter Olympics. She was interviewed there, because, she has UNB in Tuscany coming up. So she was at the Winter Olympics for a few days. She was interviewed there with her co-star. She has been at a few more events. She has just been booked and busy, but she looked stunning at the NAACP Image Award. She wore a couture gown from Stephane Rolland, spring 2023 archive, okay? But that dress was everything. The hair, the dress, the makeup, everything. And we had her sister Chloe, she wore a Christian Siriano ready to wear floral burnout gown. Everyone at the awards this year, they looked really, really good. No, Halle was also a part of the presentation team. She presented during the award show as well. No, she did not win an award, but as I've said, she was part of the presenters lineup. Yeah, she did not win any. So, as I was saying, guys, while she didn't win any award, she was highlighted for her fashion presence, not just her presence, but her outfit. It captured many attention and many people loved it and they gave her the kudos to her appearance and just for being that extraordinarily sweet human being. But what I'm happy about is that what I said, it has came to pass. I said Halle was going to move on and she's going to keep being amazing. And I said, if anything, it is upwards from here. It is going to be all the way upwards from here. And to see so many men, they came against her. They call her mad. Let me tell you about men, I don't know. In Jamaica, we have this say, like women would say men are dogs. And then after we say men are dogs, we would say, but women are fleas also because, fleas are always on dogs. So we would acknowledge that even though they're dogs, we're always all over them. But if you remember those men coming out against Halle, calling her mad, and it is habitual of men whenever they can't get a woman their way, whenever the woman is not bowing to them, if you're not bowing to them, if you're not stooping to their nonsense, and if you ever defend yourself against a man, you will be classified as a mad woman. I promise you. If it doesn't matter your color, your class, your creed, if you ever defend yourself against a man, you will be called mad. I promise you. And you know what else you'll be called? A whore. You'll be called a sub D. Even if you haven't interacted with a D, yes, you'll be called an SD girl. Yes, men. So that is why when Nicki said that to Don Lemon, I said men has been giving women that title for years. So what is wrong with us women turning it back on them? And I think it is something that we need to start doing to them. Turn it back on them. Because why are they so mad? But they don't expect us to get mad. They want to throw words at us and expect us to just sit there and take it like that, But I was right. I was right again. No red carpets for DDG. Halle was going to keep on and keep being amazing. Honey, whatever God has in store for you, no one can take away from you. You just need to keep going. Man, I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not. And sometimes you feel like, you have been cheated out of your blessing. All of those feelings will come to you. And trust and believe, it is perfectly natural for you to feel cheated out of your blessing. But keep praying. Nothing beats prayer and determination. And you know what I realized that we need to start doing, some of us, the peaceful people? I remember a couple years ago, you guys know I'm always preaching. You guys know I love to preach. So a couple years ago, I was having this issue with a particular individual. Now, when it comes to my little goober, my daughter, she's brutally honest. When I tell you she's brutally honest, she's brutally honest. She's like me. If I'm wrong, she's going to stand up and say, Mommy, you are wrong. And there's no excuse for that. And you need to understand that you're wrong. Now, when the situation was ongoing and my daughter did her own little investigation about the situation, she came and she said, let's sit and talk. And she came with a lot of sass and she came up with a lot of fire. And she said, listen to me, lady. You're too peaceful. If you keep being peaceful like that, people are going to keep picking on you if you keep being peaceful. And that's the way she was, she was twirling the head and she was gesticulating, you're too peaceful. If you keep being peaceful like that, people are going to keep picking on you. You need to go to war so that you can get peace. If you don't go to war with people, you'll never get peace. And you know what? When she said that to me, it was like a new day as dawn. She said, learn to give people hell. Anything they do to you, you're going to mirror it back and put more weight on it and give it back to them. If they give you hell, you give them hell 10 times more. What can they do that you can't? Huh? Do you know how they say parents raise their kids and the kids raise the parents? I can tell you as a mom, that shit is true. It is so true. It is so true. But I said to her, you know what? There's a side of me that I don't like. I have a really bad temper that I've inherited from my father. Have you ever heard of the term a hothead? I'm a hothead. And it is something that many people don't know because I'm so easygoing and I love to walk away from stuff. But they don't know that I love to walk away from stuff because I'm a hothead. When you're done, I'm not done. 10 years from now, I'm still not done with you. 10 years from today, if you threaten me, like, you can say any shit you want to say about me. You can say any shit you want to say about me, but if you threaten me today, even 10 years from today, I'm not done with you, honey. I'm not done with you. 100 years from today, I'm not done with you. Especially if you threaten me unwarrantedly. Even 100 years from today, I'm not done with you. I'll never be done with you. I will never be done with you. Never. Not in life nor in death, I will never be done with you. So I'm just saying that to say to you guys, we need to stand up for ourselves, and we are peaceful and we love to be peaceful. And some people don't understand that there's a difference between peaceful and being stupid. Some people mistake peacefulness for stupidity. Some people mistake peacefulness for stupidity. They think because you're peaceful, you're stupid. That's what some people think. But yes, I'm just saying that to say, I'm sharing my story to say, fight for yourself. There's nothing that any man out there can do that you can't do. You may choose not to do it, but you can do it. And even do that and a whole lot more. Take it from me and my family. Yes, because my family, they're hotheads too. They don't play. They don't play. And you know what they love to do? They love to let you wait for years and you'll think they're done with you and they don't see you, but years after, they're coming for your ass. They're coming. So, we have to defend ourselves when it comes to our rights. And I think that is why a lot of people have trauma today, because sometimes we don't defend ourselves and we don't stand up for our rights. And we need to start defending ourselves and we need to start standing up for our rights and we need to start disciplining people. Yes, we need to. But stay safe, stay sweet, and stay blessed, my people. And as always, be good to yourselves. Peace.